Right.
Yeah, day one. Bring the balance. Let's go. Started in the chats, yeah, the day one crew. Jess Machado streams where the friendship grew. 2 months balanced in the real life grind. With 100 different storylines on the mind. We're navigating timelines, skipping through the noise. Kept in our peace while we're balancing the boys. Moon brings the love, keeps the energy bright. While ocean brings the spice, yeah, she brings the bite. The perfect little balance when the timelines cross. Sharing in the chat like an absolute boss. My screen is flashing, the drama's non-stop. So I'm hitting up your phone like, can you talk? Too much in the DMs, we need a verbal deep dive. Connecting all the dots just to keep the lore alive. Me and mine miss the stream, but we never miss a beat. Taking all the puzzle pieces, making them complete. Yeah. Oceans on the move, checking Ray from Dallas. Melanie and EDB building up the palace. Turtleboy beats, yeah, she got the whole scoop. Bringing all the details right back to the loop. I move the snuggling in with the perps and the rest. When we put it all together, yeah, we do it the best. If I miss a late night, I ain't feeling the stress. Cause I know my girl Ocean's gonna clean up the mess. Hold up, gotta give a shout out to the link with purple. Ocean made the intro, expanded the circle. The enemy that's following me, crown shining so bright. Got the mud bridge glowing in the middle of the night. Forever grateful for the connecting the vision. 2 minds, 1 track on a brand new mission. Let's make that bad. Yaman. I'm down. The screen is flashing, the drama's non-stop. So I'm hitting up your phone like, can you talk? Too much in the DMs, we need a verbal deep dive. Connecting all the dots just to keep the lore alive. We might miss a stream, but we never miss a beat. Taking the mic now for Ocean Moon's live.
When you're committed to the truth, you also don't need a million fucking people. You just need a backbone. You just need a spine. That's it. That's all you need is a fucking spine.
Hi, Jill.
I wanted to say meow, 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 meow. Good morning, Ben Rosa.
Can you talk?
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back. Hi,
Hi.
Ocean.
Hi.
I'm going to open
Hi.
my soda. Sorry. I should have done that before.
What? I didn't even hear you.
Oh, good. Okay. I just opened my soda.
Oh, didn't hear it. Yeah, hearing Erica Walsh's voice. I
Yes.
miss Erica.
Isn't that the best quote,
Yes.
especially for right now? You know, that occurred like a couple of weeks ago, maybe. I mean, she hasn't been live in a while. I know she lost her dog,
Right.
which we
I'm very
give her
sorry.
our love for that.
Yeah,
Oh, Ocean, you're gone.
I know. I don't know what's happening.
Okay. I don't know if they can hear you when you're
I'm going to go out and come back in.
okay. All right. So anyways, I know Erica Walsh lost her puppy. But anyways, when she was going live, like pretty often, pretty consistently, I heard her say that one night and I just needed to clip it. It was the best statement reminder. I don't even know what she was talking about at the time. And I came across it yesterday when I was doing updates to the intro and I needed to use it. It was a good reminder.
Yeah.
Faux show.
I just want to say,
Are you better,
shout out.
Ocean?
Yeah, shout out to Erica Walsh and all the boots on the ground, like everywhere. The people that do that actually go and stand out there and support people that are watching a trial. I mean, Turtleboy played the biggest role in getting this publicized, but I really feel like, you know, they were such an asset to him and all the people that were there. Just my feelings.
Feelings. I
Yep.
think that's a good segue. obviously we're on very, very early. I know I've talked about this a couple of times. It seems like when these sorts of things happen, I start seeing posts and things about, you know, I wish Ocean and Moons were live, and it's still something that's difficult for me to read. But today I was like, okay, Ocean, what time can we go on?
I thought you were going to say who? Let's go watch them. Yeah, it is surreal.
Yeah. So
here we are.
Aaron says, I refused to go on X after this morning. Yep. Same. Nothing good ever happens there. I don't know. Not for me, anyways.
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
What were you going to say?
It's, I don't know. It's just a lot to process. We have not had a chance to process it, so we will process it now.
Yep. And you and I have not talked since.
Right.
Jess went off her live.
Right.
So this will be a good conversation, I think.
Yeah. Yep.
So I just wanted to say hi to everyone who's in the chat. I see so many of you. I do want to say one thing. So we thought we were going to go on at 2, and obviously we had to push that to 2:15. So I'm sorry that we're late. But I did notice who was in the chat at 2:00. This is Central Time, of course, 3:00 Eastern. Jax V and Publis Rising. And a couple of other ones, but those definitely stood out to me. Jax V and Publis Rising are both males. And not only are they males, but they have been here since the very beginning. They're both on Facebook. So we see, posts from them pretty often. I also want to call out Tristan. He's also in the Facebook group. Again, another one that's been here for a very long time, if not from the beginning. Publis Rising, I don't know if you went to the meetup. I don't think you did, but I could be wrong. I know Scott went to the meetup and Tristan also went to the meetup. And I just want to say that I got a little triggered this morning when Jess's show was described as for women. I think it's definitely geared towards women because she is a woman. She is very transparent, authentic. She shares her life with us. So it's easy for a woman to relate and follow. And I hear that a lot. Like, I follow Jess because she reminds me of this, or I follow Jess because, she inspires me or motivates me or whatever it is. And it usually is coming from a woman. However, mixed in are these men who have been vocal, they've been loyal, they've been supportive. And Jax V, I think, just started his own YouTube channel. You might see the Harbor, what is it? Scott, tell me. The Harbor Lounge. Yeah. That's their YouTube channel. So if you see that in the chat, feel free to give them a follow. I love Karen and Scott. They are a great pair. Very different from Ocean and I, but still very entertaining.
And when are they on? Is it tomorrow night?
I don't know if they have like a consistent schedule, but I do notice that they go on like right before we go on at night. So like Karen, what time do you guys usually shoot for? I think it's like 5 p.m. Eastern.
Because I saw I must have seen their test, and I thought it was live and like real and perfect. So I haven't had the chance to go back, but I really want to. So I was just reminding myself, since I don't get alerts, I have to set everything on my phone. Yeah.
So it is 7 Eastern.
But is it every night or just
Monday and Wednesday. I just
okay.
pinned her comment.
Okay, good. For some reason I thought it was Fridays.
If you want to drop your link to where people can click on it, you can do that and I'll pin it. So anyways, I just wanted to call out those 2 men, as well as Tristan. We heard earlier today that Justice Channel is for women. I don't think that's true. And I really would like to have Scott and John is his first name on if they would like to speak about, why they're here, why they stay, what they love about Jess. There's the siren.
Stop. I'm just muting.
But yeah, it was really short notice for today, so we'll do that maybe later on in the week. Jill, anything you want to say? How are you feeling? It's actually not that loud for me. I don't know for everybody else. It's not that loud. You can just sort of hear it in the background. Yeah, so Jess did mention her analytics are 98% women. We know of at least 3 of them that are not women. Well, Jill, I have a clip from this morning's 24 on 24 if you want me to play that. It's great. Before the Aidan came on.
The Aidan.
The Aidan interview is what I was going to say. That's not really accurate, right? The Aidan conversation, I guess.
Yeah. I'm just silent. What happened was I had it on my computer, then opened it, and then I had the whole echo thing and had to fix it.
Oh, okay. Let me know if I have an echo, because I know I had an echo yesterday.
So I thought we were close to being done with this. And then Aidan does this thing, and it's almost just like, he's in the water at the beach and kicks up the sand, and now the water is murky again. So we now have these other side things happen. Oh, hi, Mothy. You want to go outside? So now we have this other side shit that's going on. Whatevs. I mean, listen. I'm great. What's the right way to say this? I'm not saying I'm grateful. The silver lining of everything that has happened is that there's a lot of clarity on where I belong here. And it's not here. There are people who have left the Karen Reed world, right? And were kind of pushed out, or people stopped listening to them, or people found out who they really were, or they changed sides or whatever. You know what I mean? But I don't know anybody who has willingly just stepped away from it all by choice. And I am definitively stating that I am leaving this by choice. It's not for me anymore. It is not what I talk about on my shows. It is not my brand. It was temporarily, but it is not me. Now, I understand that there are going to be people that will still continue to talk about me because I was here, but I'm not here anymore. This rebranding that is taking place, I'm not part of this anymore. It's been good to me. I'd say it's been a great place to start, but it is definitively time to move on. And that is because I've outgrown it. I've outgrown this. I will still cover Aidan's case because I have a vested interest in that, and I believe that he deserves an independent journalist covering it. There's been so many times I've gone and covered Aidan's court hearings, and there isn't one mainstream media outlet there. They don't care. The only time they ever cared was when it was adjacent to Karen Reed. And I would give them like side eyes because what the fuck, you don't belong here. Like you should come all the time or not at all. So I always will cover it. I'm always like rooting for him. I really, and I guess if this is what he wants to talk about, I'll be happy to talk about it. But like, isn't it very obvious to me? I didn't really belong here to begin with, right? Everybody else seems to really get along. Everybody else seems to like showing other people's shows and then just talking about them while I'm in my fucking room at my house, fucking doing skits and fucking eating paper, eating Post-its and fucking all of these things. You know what I mean? Like it's just not for me anymore. And I'm not really sure it ever was. I'm not a true crimer. I'm not every single one of these content creators, which I actually think outside of Jimmy, this is their thing. And I don't really fit in with that. It's been fine. I'm happy to be here, but it's not my genre. It's for them. And maybe me not stepping away, just basically saying like, hey, I'm not part of this group anymore. Maybe everybody won't feel so threatened by me because there's a lot of people in here who, when they started out, had just a couple hundred views and it took them years to get to this point, right? And then in comes this bitch and I start with I'm monetized in 3 fucking days. I make $10,000 in December. I talk about it and people are like, fuck this. And I'm obnoxiously confident and I have a major ego. I wouldn't want me around here either. I wouldn't. So I'm not sure where I belong, but it's not here. And I'm very comfortable and happy with that. I don't like it here. I want to be able to say what I want. And I don't want people fucking telling me I can't. So I think I can just go where I am, like myself, and people can find me and that's it. Who needs a community? I don't know. Is Alex Cooper in a fucking community? What's happening? Like, is Kirk Minahan in a community? He made his own fucking community. What, like, I don't need it. And I'm not saying that in a mean way. It's just like, law tubers are in a sense of, they're in a community. And by the way, when I say this, Melanie Little is not part of this. That woman is in a completely different stratosphere as far as I'm concerned. And it's not based on views, which I don't really know her numbers. I'm sure they're extraordinary because I've been blessed with, her covering me once. Melanie Little is like, the way she does it is the best of the best. So in my opinion, you have who you like or whatever, but like, all of these like low tier, like law YouTubers, you guys are just, it's okay. But like, I don't know, you're competing up against the GOAT as far as I'm concerned. And I don't know why. You love it. It's good. Like it's fun. It's a hobby. I don't know, but they're all fighting with each other already for views, and I guess I should just say like, I'm not here to compete with you. I'm not going to be the first person to rush and cover a court case or pull up court documents. And I think that that's part of like Aidan's thing too, is like, Jess Machado is not one time. That's not what I do. I don't do that. So I bid you farewell. So long, farewell. And then I say goodbye. I hate to go and leave this pretty side. Maybe that's the best. I thought about this yesterday. I was like, maybe. Pizza Allen! I'm just driving by the construction site. It's Pizza Allen. So maybe everybody will feel a little bit of relief if like the one who can't get along with everybody was like, bye guys, I'm not here anymore. You know, who has the roster? Who has the roster of all of the people in this fucking community? Somebody pull up the spreadsheet and remove Jess Machado from it. Move it.
So that was probably, for me, the most powerful piece of this morning's 24 on 24 before the Aidan conversation. And I hate saying like I was right, but I've been telling Jess for a very long time, probably months, that she is in a different league. I've seen it for a very long time. She doesn't need this community. She's not tied here. She can grow without it. And honestly, I did not know if my opinion would mean that she would lose people. You know, I was fearful of that. Like, if she left the community and did her own thing and didn't sort of, you know, connect herself with these other content creators, would she lose support? I didn't know, but I just knew, observing her for this long, that she was in a different category. She was in a different league. She could grow on her own. She just needed to make some changes. And I think that's what she's been doing. Like, as far as the rebranding, she knows she's like sort of in this like lull or whatever you want to call it. She knows some changes need to be made, and not for bad reasons, for good reasons, for growth. So I was really thrilled to hear her talk like this morning. That doesn't make it emotional or sad or whatever. You know, it was still a hard thing to hear, I think, for myself.
Yeah, it's, well, interesting fact. I did not hear that part at all because I was on and I had to get off, and then I was back on again. And when I got back on, I thought I heard her say something about community sucks or something like that, or I don't know what it was, but I didn't hear that whole part. So to listen to that now is really bittersweet for me, you know, because, I mean, Jess definitely has a path. She doesn't need anybody else to succeed, to excel, all of that. And she has been planning this for a while. The other thing I would say is listening to her about the community as far as collaborators go, or content creators. I mean, they all do shows, but it's very rare that there's any collaboration, in my opinion. You know, they talk about each other. They're friendly sometimes with each other. I see the overlap more in the chats, the people that follow them. That's just my opinion. And she doesn't need anybody, but we need her. You know what I mean? Like, not us, the channel, but us personally. I feel like we need her because we identify with her. All the things that Turtleboy doesn't like about her channel, we do like about her channel. And we're the viewers. So that's just my take on things.
Yeah. So I did receive something from Amy that she wanted me to share. And so I'm going to read this. Amy is a funeral lady, one of Jess's closest friends. She says, emotions are more than just ways that women manipulate men. I get that he may assume that, but seriously, if he were more in touch with his emotions, he'd be better for it as a whole. Crying as a symbol of weakness and manipulation is not only wrong, it's ignorant. Do you know what crying really is? It's the most intrinsically powerful merge of physical and emotional release that the body can do for itself, to regulate, to process, to survive. Crying is strength because it takes a level of allowing to let go of control, which makes people feel comfortable, therefore repressing the psychosomatic need and actually causing problems to fester mentally and physically. That is why historically most men specifically don't understand crying and emotions because they don't have the strength to allow themselves to do it and benefit from it. What do you think about that, Dr. Jill?
I think it's very powerful. And to shame crying, it's just, to me, it's a sign of unawareness. And when you have kids, you hope that you help them process their emotions and you don't see crying as a bad thing, when it's appropriate. But it is a real outlet. Somewhere I just wrote something on somebody's post the other day. There was a girl who has millions of followers. I don't even know who she is, but she had cried on a live and got so much shit for it that she had to go on and apologize for crying and was basically devastated for days. And I wrote to her about, you have all these followers and this is a chance to show them that crying is okay. You don't have anything to apologize for. So to say it's a weakness is really unfair, in my opinion. I don't know why I keep saying in my opinion, because everything here is our opinion. Oh, this is so true for me. I cry way easier when I'm pissed than when I'm upset or hurt. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's probably true for myself as well. These are just some comments. I'm not going to reveal anybody's identity, but this is just some stuff. I'm starting to understand why Karen Reed isn't talking to Aidan anymore. I can't believe Aidan would turn on the person who testified on his behalf. Aidan called all of his followers losers. Real nice when they are paying for his house.
Well,
somebody gave a book recommendation called Emotional Intelligence, Why It Can Matter More Than IQ.
I've read that.
Daniel Goleman.
Mm-hmm. So you want to make sure that your kids have EQ, emotional intelligence, and that they're able to recognize and name emotions, process them, understand when other people show those emotions. It's, it makes for healthy children and healthy adults.
Yep.
So not everybody here has seen all of this, and we're not going to start right out with watching it, but I just wanted to mention that not everybody has watched this whole thing.
Yeah, if you haven't watched the Aidan conversation, put the letter X in the chat. We'll see if anybody hasn't seen it. This is a really good one. The interview with Aidan this morning is doing something I never thought it would. If this is what it was like for Meredith, I'm starting to actually feel bad for her. Words I never thought I'd say. What was that? He came in with an agenda with clips and had absolutely no interest in hearing anything Jess wanted to say. Have I been wrong about him all this time? He was absolutely vile to Jessica. I hope when it's over and he reflects, he feels so bad about this. This could have been a respectful conversation between friends, but he had no interest in that. Jessica deserved so much more than this, but the way she maintained her composure in the light of his provocation makes me admire and respect her infinitely more than I already did.
People are so good at writing in, their feelings about this sort of thing. And it's, of course you have people that write short things and that's fine too, but some people really go into it in a way that makes you think of other things that you didn't think about. So We appreciate hearing those. And then we have other people that I also appreciate hearing. I don't have kids, but the sounds of kids crying is like nails on a chalkboard for me. Well, I didn't say we liked it.
I will admit, I've been through the baby phase, and I will attest it was a little traumatic for me. And when I go to a restaurant and I hear a baby crying, I do get a triggering reaction. Like, it does bother me. And it's not, I don't think it's like the maternal instinct. I think it is truly a like noise, type situation. So I think that's completely normal, especially with the amount of sensory overload that we have in our world these days, so.
Well, I've gone to restaurants and said, don't seat us near any children. And they're like, oh, okay. And we don't, because, sometimes you just can't. So,
yeah. Well, my children are also in the age of, they're like, oh, look at
children,
the baby.
I would say, kick your mom out.
No.
You kids come with me. She can go over there. I'm sorry, I talked over you.
No, I don't want a baby, but.
Yes, that made me really, really upset when he said to her she was being emotionally manipulative, made me sad. Amen, Amy, amen. And one interesting thing about this comment, to me, I feel like Aidan threw out a lot of terms today that I'm not necessarily sure he understands the meaning of.
Oh, yeah?
Or, yeah.
Which ones?
Or, hold on a sec. Or he has had someone emotionally manipulate him. And so he looks at everything through that lens. And I would say, just from afar, I would say that he has been emotionally manipulated. And so another thing is, like, some guys can't stand hearing a woman cry. It makes them feel guilty. It makes them feel bad. And they just want it to stop. It's just like saying, calm down. You know how that makes everybody feel. Like, that's the last thing I'm going to do now is calm down. And yeah, I don't know if you asked him to explain exactly what that meant. I don't know how he would have explained that. I don't know. And what was Baker doing on his stream? Huh? I'm sorry.
Is there any other terms? Or is that
emotionally manipulated? Oh, like when we listened to it, I was writing in the chat terms that I heard him say. And there were quite a few that are, I don't remember what they are. Something traits. That I have them all written down, but they're not right in front of me.
Like character traits?
Yeah, but it was something. Flaws? Character flaws, like a character flaw.
Yeah, I did hear him say that.
He said it several times, but just remember, I don't have my leash on. Maybe I said today in the chat, maybe I need a muzzle too. Because, my intent isn't to say to make this be bad Aidan either. I just feel like, first of all, if you really want to have a conversation, you don't push somebody to have it on air, like if you really want to have a conversation. But the fact that it was on air, I felt was especially brave of Jess because of his position, which he was trying to establish dominance from the very beginning.
Well, you guys know how I feel about that. Like, we have got to relearn effective communication skills, especially with your business contacts, your professional relationships. I consider Jess and Aidan having a professional relationship. If they wanted to go beyond that into friendship, it sounds like it did. I'm not sure, but I don't understand how picking up the phone and calling someone and talking one-to-one has completely gone out of style.
Moons, can you talk? I mean, it kind of goes back to what in the very beginning, when I would call you, I felt like I was always like interrupting or keeping you from doing something else, because that's what we're conditioned to think. And because who uses the phone? You're like the only person I really talk to on the phone. My kids want to talk on the phone. Like sometimes they do, but I'm like, can't you just text me? But
don't you feel that even a text message would be the secondary most appropriate method?
Of course.
And if you needed to talk, on the phone, you say, hey, I have something important to talk to you about. Can I have 20 minutes of your time? And then get on the phone.
Yeah. But that's why every time that I would call her, every time I call Moons, I would say, can you talk? And I always expected just one time, she's like, no, I can't talk right now. I'll call you back or something. And every single time, you are so gracious and so relaxed. Yes, I can talk. And I wouldn't answer the phone if I couldn't talk, but like 95% of the time you do answer the phone. And yeah, so.
And what did I tell you? I told you I wouldn't answer the phone if I couldn't talk.
Yeah. That's what,
and there were times when I didn't answer.
Very rarely.
And I had 3 children under the age of 2 when my youngest was born. I have mastered multitasking. You guys have no idea. I can have my headphones in, having a phone conversation, and be doing 2 or 3 other things.
Right.
It's just what it is. Sorry.
It is. I mean, I feel like I used to do that, but I don't have to do that anymore. So I was like, I can remember like doing so many things, like timing myself to see how much I could get done. And could I drive to Philadelphia and back and do blah, 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 blah in an hour? It was like a challenge to see. But anyway, he didn't talk, but he did text her in his defense. He did text her and say, if you need me, reach out. And she didn't need him. And like, I did hear him say today, he wanted to help is what he said. He wanted her to reach back out to him, which I thought was interesting. So in whatever the reason they didn't talk, we also saw that play out on Will's channel when Will got very offended because they didn't talk and he heard stuff. And, if you haven't talked to the person and you hear things, then you interpret them however you interpret them. And anyway, so we saw that twice this week, which the message is, you should probably talk.
Yes, that would be my opinion for sure. Especially if it's something that is related to maybe some sort of conflict or friction or something. The more these guys talk, the more I hear these issues have been going on for a very long time. Because like you say, they move the goalposts. So like once they discuss one issue, then they move on to the next. And we were talking about December this morning. Things that happened back in December. I don't know.
Okay, take me back. I don't know. What are you talking about?
I don't, honestly, I don't even remember what it was, but I just remember thinking, oh, that was way back when, and that was in December. So maybe somebody can pinpoint the argument, but
I'm sure if we looked at it and unwrapped it, there's stuff going on from all different angles with a lot of people, but with them, and things that I think he said he didn't have time to talk and he has been under a lot of pressure, blah, 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 whatever. Regardless, they didn't talk and here we are. I have to say, going back to what she said about not wanting to be here anymore. And I don't want to misquote her, but I can't remember exactly what she said, and moving on because it's better for her. And my concern is for a lot of followers, and we experienced this last night, who were or are turtle people and rabbit people, bunny people, and feeling like you're getting pushed out. You're getting pushed out when you go over there and people are attacking you. And so, I mean, that's kind of a big deal when you want to support somebody and you can't because the chat is taking over. It's just another part of this.
Yeah. Yeah. Jess said that she closed the chat. She didn't realize, I think, that both of the chats would be combined on her end. They were separate for us, but on her end, she could see everybody. And so she just decided to close the chat and focus on the conversation, which I give a lot of respect for, because my opinion about effective conversation. But it did look like Aidan had his open and he was reading it at times.
Speaking of communication, if I may interrupt for just a moment. So in the chat, we have two people who are having some kind of issue with each other. And, you're both welcome here, but really, if you could just ignore each other, or what happens when you go to the three dots? Like, where am I? Oh, that's the wrong one for me. I don't know what happens when you go to the right where the three dots are. You can block somebody so they can be in the chat and you don't have to see them at all. And so if that's happening, feel free to block each other. Yes, thank you, Anne. Because you know what? We're adults and we don't want anybody to be having to be in, that kind of thing, that argument stage. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Alley Cat. Please block anyone you cannot get along with because we're adults here. We're talking about communication. So some people missed the whole thing. And I think at some point we were planning on playing it, but we were just kind of talking through.
Did anybody say that they didn't see it?
Yeah. Let's do the ones in the chat. If you have not seen this or you didn't see all of it, can you drop a 1 in the chat, please? I don't know why I'm not seeing anything. Okay. 1.
Oh, this is good. Somebody posted a quote in the Facebook group that says, "One day someone's son is going to think they can tell my daughter what to do." That'll be fun.
Yeah. I mean, there's lots of things to take away from this.
Yeah.
I see 4 people that haven't seen it.
Yeah, let's see.
I mean, to me,
it's not very many.
To me, though, I'm guessing that people would want to see it over again. Mrs. Rossi, you're a doll. Like in the middle of all this, Mrs. Rossi dropped a lot of memberships in Jess's chat. And I felt like it was so the perfect timing.
And J7 also.
7.
There were a few. There were a few that
did 20 and 20 in honor of us. Did you know that?
No.
That's what I told her.
Aww.
I said when she did 20, and then she did 20 again. I said, I love that you did 20 for 20%. I love that. That's just a little joke we have because we only have 20% accuracy, according to J7 and Kane. And we embrace that because now we're not responsible for accuracy here. We're only 20% accurate. News flash. Oh yeah. Yep. So, before one thing, again, the whole chat thing, and I know what I was going to say before. We were in Jess's chat, so we couldn't see the other chat. And I feel like that would have been so distracting even for us, let alone to be Jess and the one talking or to see either one of them, because I feel like in a discussion like that, you really want to concentrate on the person. And that kind of goes back to my whole driving people out thing. I haven't looked at the comments, but I'm going to make a projection or guess estimation that a lot, if not 80% of the text messages are like attacking Jess. Like I feel like in the chat we were in, there were a lot of negative Turtleboy comments, but it was sort of like in shock. Like, I can't believe this is what I'm hearing. I can't believe he just said that. People that really were invested in him, who were really surprised. They weren't people. And so this is all about bias. When you enter something and you're listening to it, I feel like most everybody there was listening and hoping that whatever Jess wanted would come out of this thing. And we didn't know exactly what, but I feel like she enters in peace, you know, unless she's got Charles with her. But the Turtleboy listeners who, you know, hey, Turtleboy, you know, I haven't, you know, like, I just even can't put it into words, but those people that go into something wanting to see somebody go down in flames, like everything you hear is affected by that. And that's bringing in your own bias to a situation.
Yeah. Well, I had the chat open on one monitor and our chat on the other, and I would look over periodically and just look at comments that were like standing out to me. They were in all caps. And a lot of the arguments over there are silly and childish. You know, things like she's fake. She's acting fake, which is actually something that TV said. I couldn't disagree more. And I think Jess's very long-term friendships that are in this community can probably speak to this, that she is one of the most transparent and authentic people. I have had phone conversations with her. The way she talks on the phone is exactly the way she talks on a live stream. I mean, unless she's heated, of course, but she's never been heated with me, thankfully. But, you know, a normal, you know, calm conversation. She's 100% who she is
here
on camera.
You know what's really telling, Alley Cat, that I sent that accidentally. I was going to say, feel free to time out people if you need to. You can tell a lot about people the way that they treat servers. And we've been with her and listened to her get food and drinks for how many days? Like hundreds, right? And she is always so nice, so kind. And it's how people treat people that aren't, you know, people that they're not their friends or whatever, but like a server, a waitress, a mechanic, that sort of thing. You can tell a lot from somebody how they treat people like that. And I've never heard Turtleboy be, you know, I don't know, but I'm just saying it's another indication she's not this fake, phony person. And I felt like he was saying she had two personas. Like her yelling persona is one thing. Her like today she seemed different to him. Oh, I guess he was comparing yesterday to today. Now, we have heard Jess go through all the emotions in one stream, all the emotions. That is her feeling vulnerable enough and also confident enough to just be who she is. She doesn't try and hide anything, and she doesn't try and be somebody different than she's not. She's very authentic. Very authentic.
Yeah. So Laura C says, saying she was trying to manipulate him by crying made me so mad. I'm a big crier and cry at any extreme emotion, whether it be anger or sadness or happiness. I'm not faking it to manipulate people. I fucking cry at commercials.
And, another thing I noticed is, and sometime I feel like we're going to have to write these words down and do like one of those things where a circle where it comes up with the words and it shows you what words were used the most. His approach was to put her on the defense, was to question things so that she would have to stop and, you know, try and explain herself or defend herself. And a word map, thank you. And going all the way back to the origin story of J7. And that's where I was first shocked. I thought, what? We're going there? Why are we going there? Like, we're way, way past that. We're past that. And there was also certain words that he used to start a lot of sentences. I wrote it down. I don't remember what it is right now. But when you use those words, it is to put the person on the defense, so they have to explain themselves. So if you ever want to do that, use those words. I'll find out what they are right now. I don't remember. Just things that I noticed that.
Jax V with $4.99. Thank you. Masterclass by Jess, not taking the bait and staying calm. Yeah, she really did good. I was worried a little bit in the beginning. He was just questioning and trying to control the conversation. I saw a lot of gaslighting, a lot of deflection. I really did. I promise I tried to wear my mod hat this morning and not comment my own opinions. And after a while, I just couldn't handle it. It was sad. It was sad. By the end of the conversation, I was seriously feeling sorry for the person he was displaying to everybody, which I'm assuming is his true colors. Yeah.
I'm looking back if you want to read something else, because I do want to find. And I didn't know if you could hear me. I didn't know if you could hear me.
Yeah, I heard you.
All right. Always checking, always checking. I've just had a lot of text going on at this time, apparently.
Shannon in Arizona says, hopefully he isn't the type that will tease his daughter about being moody. He reminds me of the men that blame women on women's bad mood on PMS. Yeah. Didn't we hear that this week? I feel like we heard that from somebody.
We probably hear it all the time, you moody bitch.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, and the fact that he wanted to stream it showed me all I needed to know. He was going to try and burn her down and make money off of it. Again, I go back to my, I will always be a proponent of effective communication, one-on-one, whatever that looks like, DM, text message, phone call. But I think, Jess's style is, I'm going to defend myself. If she feels like something was put out in the public and she needs to do the same to defend herself, she's going to do it. I think at this point we've had multiple live streams by multiple creators, and I think she probably felt like, if this was closure with Aidan, if this was going to be the last step, we already know her mindset. She was already ready to close this chapter and move on to the next. I think, I don't blame her for bringing him on. But also, I think what she was trying to do is to sort of benefit him as much as possible, because you can't deny that her followers are also his followers. And so she wanted to give him a chance to maybe come in and rectify whatever relationship maybe was at risk with the whole thing, which I respect.
Which reminds me of Risky, our song from last night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so my take on the whole closure thing, I didn't feel like, I thought they had closure, but I didn't think that meant they closed the relationship on each other. I didn't get that. I feel like she's still there for him, and to whatever degree he was before. And by that, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if she still covers his case, his trial, and that she still is invested in his well-being. That's what I took away from it.
Yeah.
Mind rattling
I can
around.
see that. I can see that. I just mean like in the perspective of her business, her channel, her show.
Yeah.
She's closed the door.
Again, here's what I'd say. I think, but we never know. Do we really ever know? I don't know if we know. I mean, whatever happens.
Exactly.
Huh?
In this community, there's a lot of flip-flopping. Opinions change like on a dime around here. So
and that could always be for a business reason, you know, like if whatever, we don't know what'll happen, but it seems like she has a plan, that she has had a plan, that her plan has nothing to do with what happened today. And I haven't talked to her about this, but maybe one reason it was important is so that she did whatever she's doing without having people then start to say, oh, Turtleboy won, Turtleboy got rid of her or whatever, you know, as people do. I don't know. That's just a possibility, but we never know. I'm happy she's moving on. I don't want to be part of this so-called community either. Turtleboy, Danny, Glare, and BB, Broken Baker, can fuck off. So, Tracy, tell us how you really feel, though. Come on, girl. Yeah.
Pat Ford posted on Twitter, who won that debate or whatever that was? Vote accordingly. Only two options. Jess Machado is the first option. The second option is I am a stupid person.
I knew it. I knew it had to be something like that. I thought both options would just be Jess. Yeah. Yeah. I'm still subbed and a mod at Rat House. I really like them and being there, but it's getting hard because Danny keeps making comments and I don't know how to take them. I'm not ready to leave their chat yet. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to feel conflicted and to feel like you were at home somewhere, because I myself and Moons have just had that happen in the past week. In a week, like you think one day everything's fine, and the next day they're doing a hate stream about you, and you're like, "Oh, what just happened there? I have no idea." Yeah. It's really hard, and you know, I've seen people say that it emotionally affected them seeing this whole thing today for a lot of different reasons, I'm sure. I'm done with this community.
Well, and I think as soon as we started the channel, we became a target. I mean, Jess confirmed it. I knew it was going to happen. You know, we were prepared for it. There's just something about using your voice. People don't like it when they don't agree with you. They feel like they need to ruin your life as a result. Sad.
Yeah. And Cajun, I think, has been with Rat House for a while. Yes, I'm not feeling as comfortable. I choose to not go into their chat when they're talking about Jess. That helps. Yeah. There have been, I mean, I am very... But on the other hand, you know, if that's what they've decided to do, that's what they've decided to do. But it is really, that's another thing. When you think that this is a very relaxed, laid back place and their motto is say whatever you want, but keep it respectful. Now, I haven't been in there to hear anybody trashing anybody, but one of the things, again, I have to go back to this, is this whole bros before hos. That's the way I would describe it. If I could put a heading on the whole thing, I would say bros before hos. And that's why Turtleboy wasn't really interested in what she had to say, even though he did open the door to that, because his bros had already told him how it was. And so when a woman says something, calls somebody a sexual deviant, even when it's Michael Proctor, there seems to be distaste for that, disapproval for that. It's a double standard, obviously, but I feel like that double standard was made vividly clear. And I feel like we've been very relaxed around these guys because, you think because they talk a certain way, they're not going to get freaked out if a woman talks that way. But I would say that they do. And also, when a guy is claiming something about a woman, it would help to get the other person's facts to me. But also, I'm looking at it as a woman. And I'm looking at somebody who I think just had a stronger tie with Turtleboy than Broken Baker did. And I just feel like there's so much in that whole Broken Baker story that, and it doesn't matter what receipts you bring, because when they say the door is closed and we're done talking about it, you could bring a video of something and it wouldn't matter. It would say, well, yeah, but you did this, this, and this. I listened to Danny and Mary B for about 30 minutes, but couldn't handle it. I'm a very loyal person in real life, and I'm very loyal here with the bunnies. And I don't know if there was a part 2, but I get it. It is very, yeah. It's very, when you have only heard somebody talk one way, and it's always been very kind, that also makes it a little, I don't know, more distressful, I guess. I don't know. I loved Rat House, but I've left every channel that's piled on. Yeah.
I like this comment because we welcome the other opinions as well. She says, I like listening to this perspective, but I don't think Aidan was rude. I am actually going to mostly agree. I do feel like he was mostly respectful. I just wouldn't say he was reasonable. And I think a lot of his methods are not conducive to like a healthy relationship. I mean, I just heard a lot of gaslighting, and I'm no doctor, but I sensed some narcissistic tendencies. It was a lot of me. And that worries me.
Well,
that's just me.
What do you mean it worries you?
Well, when somebody is having a conversation with you and you're bringing forward grievances and they immediately turn your argument and point it back to themselves, I take note.
Oh, yeah.
It's either victim mentality or it's deflection. It's signs of a narcissist. I was raised by 2, and, it is what it is.
So you know things to look out for. You've heard this before.
Yep.
And to other people that haven't, you might, like, I wasn't sure what you meant. And I do listen to language. I just wasn't sure what you particularly meant on that. And that's a good point. So about the not rude part, I look at it like this. These aren't two strangers that like disagreed about something, like a political guy or something that she did whatever or he did whatever, and then they've been calling
Right.
each other out, and they come into the chat, and then this dude starts on her with something that happened way back when you thought you were having a conversation about something different. And
Yeah.
so to me, it's not rudeness as much as it is calculated. And the okay, so again, if I'm having conversation with my friend who I care about, that I've had a falling out with, I'm going to listen to understand. I'm going to listen to understand the other person and try and figure out what they're saying. I am not coming in and starting on the attack with somebody. So it's not rude.
Right.
I found it very unexpected, and a lot of people in the chat did. Like, what is
Yeah.
happening here? You know, they weren't expecting it to happen like that. And I don't think Jess did either, but she handled it beautifully. And so I
Yeah.
did find I probably lost it again. All right. So what he did was, oh,
and is it a bit manipulating?
Oh yeah. It's well, you know, we can
Trying
write
to
down.
manipulate your thinking, your argument, the conversation.
I thought it was projection.
Yeah.
Everything he said about her
Projection.
is also a characteristic that he shows.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, sure, people can be emotionally manipulating, but just crying is not emotional manipulation. That's why I said, does he know what that means? I don't know. But would you read Mrs. Rossi's?
Yes, Mrs. Rossi. Thank you for your 50. She says, I appreciate you, Moonsy and Oceans. I think the way you support Jess and all of the bunnies is amazing. Jess helps me realize my worth every day. I agree. She doesn't have her channel for them. She has it for herself and all of us. I feel Aidan talked down to her. Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah.
Some condescending behavior. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, I think that's the beautiful thing is that, yes, she happened to cover the trial, right? Yes, she decided not to start her channel during the trial. She waited until it was over, and then she started her channel. It's grown, I believe, organically. I see comments all the time. I came here from Melanie Little recently.
That's how I found her. I found her through Melanie Little, but it was during the trial. One of the things about Jess is she is so fiercely independent that I believe, I've never had this conversation. I don't know if she said this. I believe she didn't start it during the trial because she wouldn't want to say, oh, I got viewers because of the channel or because of the timing of it.
Right.
Like that is how firmly she looks at that in a way that it's very, very rare to find somebody who's willing to give up an opportunity to start something and really get a big, whatever, a business or whatever, because the timing is right. And she preferred to wait. And the other thing is, and what I noticed today is as confident as she is, I don't think she feels as confident reporting on legal matters. And she doesn't want to do something that she's not comfortable doing. And so go ahead.
I was just going to say, and when she did, she got criticized for it. She covered the Kelsey Fitzsimmons filing, and she added in her own experience and her opinions, and she got criticized on Twitter about, you know, not knowing anything about family court and yada, 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 yada. So I don't know if she saw that, but I felt her reviewing that filing was super beneficial for me because, again, like I can read those papers, but I need someone to like explain to me what they mean in layman's terms.
And plus her live tweeting, which as she pointed out today, she live tweets. Oh my God, all of a sudden I'm having an echo.
Yeah, like in the courthouse, she's live tweeting. Oh, that skill in itself, I have to say. Again, I can hear all of those words coming out of a courtroom, it's difficult for me to understand 100% what is going on, what the judge is saying, what these attorneys are saying. And obviously she's able to translate all of that into layman's terms and then immediately put it onto Twitter. I have a lot of respect for that, for sure.
I remember when she was live tweeting during Aidan's trial with Meredith. And I don't remember who it was, but she would say, somebody came in and she would say, so-and-so has entered the chat. You know, like it's very much in layman's terms. You can understand and you can feel like you're actually there. And Maggie is doing that for her case that she's following in California. Was she in here?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if she was. Where is Maggie?
I haven't seen her today.
She might be
She's
still
working
because,
yeah.
yeah. And we need to, I always say this and then I don't know. First of all, I can't even find a pen to write anything down. So, so there are people that do that, not a whole lot of people. And I feel like that's how I first knew Jess, was when she was tweeting from the courtroom. And I distinctly remember that it was Melanie Little that was like, if you don't know this girl, go follow her. And I did. Yeah. And then I saw her in there with her red computer. And I thought, I mean, I had no idea that she was anything other than one of the professional news people that were in there, which she is.
Right.
But I'm just saying, it's not like I thought, oh, there's an independent journalist over there.
Yeah. This isn't
anyway. Go ahead.
This is an interesting question. Do you guys think FKR is all true crimers? She says, I feel it's more anti-corruption. What do y'all think? My interpretation is the free Karen Reed. Well, and see, that's where maybe the definition of FKR is one thing to me and then something different to another. I think out of all of the people that believed Karen Reed was innocent, you know, they watched the trial, they shared their opinion, they went to these channels to watch the trials and all that. The people that stayed and have been in this community as we know it, I think are more of the anti-corruption, you know, more of the Turtle Rider crew. But that's just my sort of like feeling and perspective. Because I remember when we were watching the trials, there was like tens of thousands of people. There was large numbers. I think those are probably more true crime as I would define it. And then the people that have stayed are more of the injustice fighters, you know?
Well, although the true crime people are still there. And this is, I feel like Karen Reed's case is so unique. I came to Karen Reed because of the corruption. And that is because I had just gotten done watching 3 years of the YSL trial in Atlanta, the longest trial in Georgia history, and way crazier than the Karen Reed trial, in my opinion, and other people's opinions that I've talked to. I mean, Karen Reed had one defendant, not 26, and it was crazy. I came because of the anti-corruption, which I really was fired up about after I watched the YSL trial. And talk about prosecutors. Like, they make, what's his name? The one that's never seen, the turtle man. I mean, not, you know, what is the guy's name that they're voting out? Oh my God, I can't remember his name. They make him look like a choir boy. Excuse me?
Morrissey?
Yeah, Morrissey. Yeah. I mean, the DA there is the one that was was suing Trump, you know, I mean, just a lot of crazy things there. But to me, when I came here, I watched Emily Baker, I watched Melanie Little, and I was strictly true crime attorneys. Or I can't think of other true, like, I know that there were other true crime people that aren't attorneys, but that's who I started watching. And what brought me over into this I don't even want to call it a community anymore, to this friend, the friends, our friends here. What brought me over to our friends is when Melanie posted about Jess, and I started watching Jess. That's how I found Turtleboy, through Jess, through watching Jess, and then realizing there was a Turtleboy. And I mean, I actually started before the second trial started, all through the whole the pre-trial motions and all that stuff. That's when I started. But so the true crime to me was listening to people that could explain the law part of it. And then there was Nurse Kim and Jimmy, and that was just pure entertainment. I wouldn't even say that was anti-corruption. That was more another facet of people that were very entertaining to watch during that time, and still are. I know that there are like really true crime channels, but I don't watch them. Like, I couldn't even tell you who they are off the top of my head.
Like
That
Grizzly True Crime?
Right. Like Grizzly. Okay, so I have watched Grizzly, and she does a really good job going in depth to, and then she's done, and she goes to the next one, and she's done, and she goes to the next one. This group has stayed together because of all the offshoots of everything that has happened. I feel like it's a very unique situation. Without Turtleboy, we wouldn't know about Karen Reed. Without Turtleboy, we might not know about Proctor. A lot of attorneys are giving him credit for the whole, how that all came about. And then we had, the Proctor offshoot of things, and which has increased tenfold now with all the texts and recordings. And then there was Karen Reed being, wrongly tried, and also that her attorneys were so good, and people were very attracted to those attorneys, and also seeing how bad, in my opinion, the prosecutors were, and the whole sense of unfairness about it. And the fact, that there was really no investigation there as far as true crime goes. Again, I feel like it was a focus more on corruption.
Yeah.
And then since then, it has been the divide of anti-Karen Reed, or I guess it was during it too, anti-Karen Reed and free Karen Reed, and now all the civil trials. So it's just spawned a whole industry. It's spawned an industry,
Yeah.
I forget who asked that question, but I wonder what she thinks about whether it's true crime, or I also think it's like, who do you watch? Lizzie.
I think that's who you're referring to. Yeah, I don't know.
I met Jess at first Karen Reed civil hearing in Plymouth. Oh, she was awesome. And did you feel like she was fake in any way? Just taking a poll here. Just kidding. I would like to bring up, I would like for us to bring up Jess's stream from yesterday to see what it was. See what happened that Aidan was making such a big fuss about today. I didn't think yesterday was bad. I didn't really know either, except I think she read this list, because
that's what it was.
He went on the Glarer, and if you really wanted to understand, you would bring up the Glarer and watch that, but I don't want to. I know you don't want to. I seriously doubt it. You can if you want. But I feel like he went on the Glarer with a whole different approach. He went there to stop him initially from doing this hate stream, whatever you want to call it, petty stream. And I think he got Will put up a big fight. Like, he wasn't just going to do what he said, and was very offended by that whole "you're dead to me if you don't do what I say" thing. And based on the fact that he's facing all, he has all this trial work ahead of him, Will has always been his bro, and Will has a lot of followers. I felt like Turtleboy had a sudden realization right then that he had fucked up, and that he needed to do what he could to get Will back over with him. And to me, it was not so easy. I think also what Will has shown is that he's willing, he'll leave if he needs to, which is fine. Like, I feel like if you feel that way, that's good that you're prepared to go if you want to. Jolene is no friend to people like Turtleboy and Will. It is a matter of time that she turns her attention to their problematic behavior. Exactly, but guess what? They don't know that yet. You know, they don't quite get her, I don't think. And I'm saying that based on watching her twice, but knowing what she's done in the past as far as her stance on things. She's very supporting women oriented. And, some hater clipped you and I just talking about something. I don't even remember what it was. Had nothing to do with her or anything really. And sent it to her and was like, so what do you think of these two bunnies? Like, they wanted her. I don't even know what her response was, but I thought, wow, thank you for taking the time to watch whatever we said, clip it, and then send it to Jolene. Thank you for that.
And she's already covered some of our stuff. So yeah, thank you for the exposure.
And thank you, Jolene, because we know that you wouldn't just take somebody's rant and rave, because we know that you look at things, I think, independently. However, she's a comedian. And what comedian isn't going to focus their energy on what is happening currently? Which, good for her that she is. And she is very funny. And she has a take on things. What I've seen happen is every hater from every community, if you ever want to find anybody, you'll know where they are.
Yeah, this is how I look at it. J7 says, guys, it's such a compliment to be imitated by Jolene. Look, we made it. Yeah, I agree. Even if she takes the clip and she has a negative opinion of it and she wants to make fun of it, I don't take offense. Like,
and also, what they don't understand, the boys.
I can't wait to see it.
I don't think the boys quite get it that with satire and humor, aka that's what Turtleboy does, right? You don't necessarily have to mean what you're doing to make it funny. And then next week, it could be the other people. So that's just how it is. It's comedy.
Right. Somebody was rewatching a clip of Jess talking about the baker like weeks ago, like somewhere in the very beginning. And she was just so jovial and funny and happy. And she was just making jokes out of it.
Well, I would say that what happened to Jess is what we have so many vocabulary words of the day, but I would say blindsided. I feel like Jess was out there just doing her Jess thing. And then all of a sudden somebody was like, it's a woman. And she said this. And that man is
all
crying.
The pearls are in knots. Yep.
Right.
All the pearls are in knots and they're all worn by these boys.
Yeah. Jay Walsh. Jay Walsh is a folk hero, and unfortunately, if we had it all to do over again, I would not wish this for her. However, talk about come out like a boss and have a YouTube channel, which she had already started, that's gaining popularity, that has a loyal following. And guess what? She has more male followers, like 28% or something, than any of them do. Mm-hmm. So while we're calling crying emotional manipulation, that's coming from somebody who has 90% audience of females.
Yeah.
Saying, shout out Emancipation Day. Love it.
There was a stream a couple of days ago, I think, that she did. Was it Monday? I can't remember, but it was the perfect amount of humor, comedy, whatever. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And actually, I watched it on replay. I was really bummed I wasn't in the chat because there were so many times I wanted to chat. But
and shout out to the replay crew right now. I'm sorry, you cut out for me.
No, I was just gonna say, if you haven't been over there recently, her and Kane really are a good pair. They're doing something right.
They are. Don't
Yeah.
tell Kane that though. Do not compliment Kane at all. He will just use it against you.
I just better not hear you say we're not friends or some bullshit like that.
I mean, he's usually just dogging on me, you know? I mean, but
No,
thank you to
No,
Kane.
it was
Wait,
Jess.
no, actually, we have to. Oh, it was Jess? Okay.
Yeah,
We'll get her
I
after
get
school.
it. She was making a joke out of not knowing who her friends are, and she was saying Kane was her friend, her only friend, and then she
That's
named
okay.
somebody else too.
I understand that. I do understand that.
I
Because
understand it too. Yeah,
he
yeah.
kicked her ass. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, and this is not that you wouldn't have been fine on your own, J7, but when somebody needed to be sitting by her, he was. And he didn't shy from that when people were attacking her. He is really good at that. Again, do not tell him any of this. But I always go back to seeing Jess getting absolutely killed in a chat. I mean, in a spaces, because the person that was doing it had no control and left everybody at the time. Those people were people that you wouldn't. I mean, we knew that those people were out to get everybody. Now I feel like they're kind of tame compared to some of the stuff we've seen within the chats that we frequent. But anyway, so he came in there and just busted right into the conversation and just took over because he is a macho man, very aggressive. Ordinarily, maybe I would have said, oh, I didn't like the way he did that. I couldn't have loved it more. That's exactly what needed to happen. And then he and Jess left and went and started their own spaces. And she would have gotten out of there anyway. But I've seen this in him before. And he did it for me too, in the infamous spaces that I was trying to explain all of the things that had happened to Ray. And the person who was running the spaces did not like what I had to say and just came in hard. And then Kane appeared out of nowhere and just took over. And I was like, okay, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Good exit.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I'm seeing some comments about Kane's perspective. I don't know if he's posted on Twitter, but it will be interesting to see his perspective after
him.
Morning.
Yeah. Whoops. Oh, Jimmy does gossip shit talk too, but no one makes him apologize for anything.
And he doesn't go over Aidan's case.
No, he doesn't. I mean, he does not. I'm just gonna stay silent on a case that he did cover. Okay. But
yeah.
Oh, J7, come on. I think you need to. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. She said, I don't know if this is the right. I didn't want to go on tonight. Let's just say Kane is hyped up. You know what?
Yep,
Everybody. What time is this, J7?
I think she said 9 Eastern.
Okay. Yeah. I never stopped watching J7. She's elite entertainment, and I enjoy her as a person. Kane and her are a great duo. Agreed. And Aaron, I love chatting with you when you're in there, and the haters are like swarming. Yeah, because J7's approach to that is she lets everybody stay until she freaks the fuck out on them and screams, and we're all like, what is happening? And then, but she lets people, say what they want to say. And yes, Jax V, love Kane, indeed. Will's petty is disgusting. All planned ahead of time. I must confess to something. You remember when in the very beginning we knew that we were going to be able to get super chats, and you said, "Should we play that thing that Will does every time?" And everybody
Like a
was like,
sound video.
"No, no." And I was like, "I don't even know what they're talking about," because he was not my acquired taste. Okay. I mean, it was a rare day in hell when I could put myself through it. I know,
Mhm.
I mean, as somebody, I appreciate what he does, and he does it really well. But I was just never like, and plus, there's just a certain amount of stuff that you can watch in a day. Um,
Right. Right.
and and so what I thought was hilarious is when Turtle Boy went off about Will stopping and playing the super chats and reading them and the music and everything, and he was pissed off on his show saying, um, telling Will to stop doing that. I don't know why this is echoing. And saying that, oh God, that people were doing it on purpose to interrupt the conversation.
Oh, that's right.
I
Yeah.
don't think anybody has ever put in a super chat to try and interrupt the conversation. Sometimes you might put in a super chat because you have something funny to add to it, or you want to let the person know something that they want to know, or whatever the reason. But because they want to interrupt the conversation, I don't think so. I found it absolutely
Go ahead.
freaking hilarious that I did watch that petty stream, that when Turtleboy was on there, the super chat that came up, and people were like in the chat, read it now, read it now, read it now, because they knew it would piss Turtleboy off. I just thought that was funny.
I've actually done research on the whole third party super chat thing so that you can recoup like your 30% or whatever that YouTube takes. And the fees are still pretty high. But I do see like where there's some savings. But anyways, I was thinking to myself when you were talking, I was like, maybe that's why he likes the turtle chat situation, so that he can only read the turtle chats when he wants to, and they're not popping up, and he's feeling obligated to like highlight them. And I know he's talked about his ADD or ADHD in the past. That was just a thought that I had. J7, thank you for your 5.
Yes,
is that our tip for today for being 20% accurate?
If so, she would have sent us a 20. Come on. I heard she's a millionaire. She just throws money everywhere. Come on, J7, get busy. Do we have a goal set? I don't know if we do.
Yes. Well, I don't know that it's working though.
I don't know, because you know what? If we get to the goal, then we could play the song that we made last night.
Yeah, we'll play it anyways. She says goals are important. Unleashed baby for life.
Unleashed. Okay, so my take on Turtleboy, how he started that whole chat thing, I think it was because he was demonetized from YouTube, right? I believe. And I don't know what happened.
I don't know.
But the genius of that is that to get your chat read, like he's not reading anybody's comments aloud. And to get heard by him, you have to pay, which is fine. I understand. I don't care. And then he has it in a way that there's no fee on it, or there's a very small fee for whatever the transaction might be, but it's not anything like this. So that's a good business model if that's how you want to do it. I mean, we just got super chats, it's all okay.
Yeah,
it's all okay.
Yeah,
that's a good business move. And also, people want their chats read by him. They want to be heard by him. Unfortunately, the other day when I wrote my chat in there before I got booed out, when I sent my thing, he lost. I don't know what happened, but he disappeared and the chat remained. Okay. And he had technical difficulties. I don't know what happened, but the chat was like, the bunnies did this. The bunnies, they really, honest to God, believed that the bunnies had caused his technical issues because something had just happened. Like Jess's show had just ended. I went there because I wanted to just observe. And also, guess what? I like Turtle Boy's bus stop because he's focused and it's quick, it's informational, and he does sometimes read chats in there aloud without people paying for it. But, I did write something. I said, Turtle Boy, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but a lot of turtles are mixed. They're bunny turtles. So when you're saying, that was right after Will's hate stream, when he just went off about the bunnies. When you're saying that about bunnies, that's making bunnies not come here. And of course, it was very short, whatever the hell I wrote. And bunnies are being assassinated in your chat. Like, no sooner did I say that than I saw bunnies who had arrived just being like eviscerated and leaving. Yep. And then I left because I'm like, I don't even give a shit if he reads this or not. And he won't know what I mean. And it's all fine. I don't care. Let me get my leash. And also today I added muzzles because I really feel like it's not just a leash. It's a leash and a muzzle is what you really need.
Yeah, I saw those comments. Yeah. Detroit 20 says J7 paid Elon to mess with the internet.
Exactly. Yep. I thought maybe
Sounds
J7 might be over there cutting a wire and jumping in the pool. Oceans gets it. Oh, Lord Jesus. This is so well written. I love this. Moonsy.
Oh my gosh.
Take it away.
This reminds me. No, this reminds me. We saw something about Crawford this morning, didn't we? In the chat.
Oh, well, Turtle Boy brought it up.
Oh. You want to talk about it? I need to step away for really fast.
Well, the comment is, imagine what LTL and Crawford are thinking. Big smiles. Awful. So when Jess was crying, it was because of the article that he wrote on her, their first interaction, I guess. Terrible. Like the first exposure she had to ever having someone just completely attack her to the point where, I don't even want to talk about this, to the point where she felt like her life was not worth living. And every time she thinks about it, she starts to cry because it was so traumatic for her. And it was really her kids, and thinking about her kids is what really pulled her through that. Now, anybody who has ever been around anyone who is suicidal realizes how serious that is, and how this is no joke. This is no emotional manipulation. And when somebody is crying and then tells you that's why they're crying, to me, that was cruel. And I did see people writing in the chat, this is cruel, because it was her telling something so incredibly personal and then just having it laughed off by the person who wrote the article who made her feel that way. Just yeah. So what happened was, he then said to her, while she's having this experience of not only crying because she's so profoundly upset by remembering all this, and then having him say what he did to her about it, and that she was emotionally manipulating, he then says, what about what you said about LTL? I don't remember which of them was. And what if he had thought about killing himself? Would you have felt bad about that? I don't even remember what he was saying. And this is why, even if you said it, if you've seen it, you need to watch again, because some parts of it are so absolutely horrific. And I don't even know if he knew how bad that was, because I've heard him say a lot of things that are terrible, but that's probably the worst. That was absolutely the worst, and kind of pressured Jess to have an answer.
Right. Bully. It's bully-like behavior.
And when it's talking about suicide and then trying to deny that feeling and ridicule you so that your chat can be eviscerating that person, I feel like it's even, I don't even know what's bigger than bullying, but it's character assassination. And it's, I mean, it was, I don't even know. It is bullying. Yeah, disgusting. Yeah, exactly. Oh.
And the way that I interpret the article that he wrote about her was, yes, it was a bad time. Yes, it was painful, but it was also a life-changing moment for her. She describes that she printed the article out and she put it on her fridge, and it was up there for months. And it was a reminder to her of her strength and the journey of going through that very difficult time and, you know, coming out the other side of it a stronger person. I respect that. Like that's a
Which, go ahead.
no, that's just a very powerful, you know, life-changing moment in your life that you've changed your perspective on, I guess.
Well,
It was
I
painful, but
agree 100%
so
that it speaks to her character. It speaks to her character to take
right,
something
right.
cruel and horrible and unfounded and not check to see if it was true or not, written by a reporter, that is damaging to her, and use it to turn her life around, but or encourage her. But I would argue that she would have done that anyway. She didn't need to have that experience. And that's a good thing that she did use it that in that way. But you know, it's bad. Just bad. I don't even know what words to use. Disturbing is the word.
Yeah.
Disturbing.
Disturbing. Yep. Disappointing, you know, like we've been supporting him through thick and thin for months, and for him to listen to him talk like that, treat her that way, it was very disappointing. This has been sort of a transition, I guess. I don't know what to call it. Sunday was like, I think when my decision was made. And I think a lot less people had made their decision. And I've noticed as live streams have continued, I've heard more and more, you know, people are unsubscribing or what have you, whatever they choose to do to not support him anymore. I'm hearing more and more of those decisions are being made. And then this morning, I think I did not realize that this was like everyone's last ditch effort or his last ditch effort, I guess, but it was like everyone's last opportunity to sort of like hear what he had to say and make their decision. And I saw a lot of decisions being made in that chat.
And you know what he would say? Fuck them. I don't need them, because that's what he said.
Didn't he say that? Didn't he say that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Didn't he say that?
He doesn't
Like
care
they're
about
all
his
losers
followers.
or something.
He doesn't care. He said it. He said it twice. So just saying, he doesn't care. And it's really interesting to me to think about somebody that uses people that way and then wants to rely on the people to come to his assistance when he needs it. So, you know, as smart as some of his tactics were during that interview, and I do think it was a planned approach to things, again, I go back to he just says stupid shit sometimes. And to me, that's stupid shit.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, doesn't mean I don't want him to have, you know, I hope his charges get dismissed. I don't think they will. I hope his trial goes exceptionally well. And I hope that the civil case doesn't keep getting amended. because that's
Yep.
they have people on the payroll, not just the forensic four. They have people on the payroll watching
Right.
everything, listening to everything, writing everything down. And that was my point yesterday when we talked about the very disturbing video that we had both seen, which was, involved him sort of taunting, I'll say it nicely, taunting
Right.
someone about committing suicide. And I haven't watched it, and I don't really care if we watch it, but apparently that infuriated him today. And I don't know if he heard part of it or the whole thing, but our point was, you need to think about shit. Now that was like, that's just out there, but it's being rebranded and put out like as a full-length video. And so my one point was, our point yesterday was, that is such an incredibly terrible thing to see, especially if you've been affected by people who have committed suicide, or you've been around people who have wanted to commit suicide. And to see that, to me, was just horrific. That's my own personal take on it. But just to to blow it off, like to be mad at us. So I don't know how it was debunked. I really don't. So if somebody could explain that, that would be really appreciated.
Dana says that video has been explained and debunked. That's why. Context matters. I would love to know the context.
Yeah. Well, as it's being presented right now, and people will say, watch till the end. I don't care if he says he was joking. It doesn't matter.
Oh, you mean the live stream watch till the end? I don't know where that clip came from.
No, the video.
No, I did watch the video to the end.
Yeah, I know, but I think that's the video she's talking about, because I've heard people say, oh, you have to watch it till the end. He'll say he was kidding or something like that. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, we talked about it yesterday.
Well, Dana, if you know, or you can point us in the direction, we would love to know what it is. Because you know what? Even though we're only 20% accurate, so that's us. When we hear specifically that we're not, we do want to find out more.
If I'm wrong, I will admit it. And I will say, I understand the perspective now. But in my opinion, that subject matter is nothing to joke about. The boy that was being talked to, he didn't sound like he was joking. So
no, but I appreciate her wanting to send it. Where can I send it? X.
I will keep an open mind.
Yeah. Can you? Well, I don't care if she notoriously knows nothing or not. If she says that she has some thing for us to read, I would just like to be open to reading it. But I appreciate. Where did she go?
Well, I mean, everybody knows how to contact us. We have an email address. We have DMs on Twitter. We have.
So I just wanted to say to her, though, in the description is our email address if you want to send it there. And if you want to put it on Twitter, that's fine too. Okay, so Mrs. Rossi, I am so really terribly sorry to hear this. My dad shot himself when I was 16. And I just can't even imagine the trauma and the life-changing. I mean, it's just the worst. It's absolutely the worst. And to hear, and to know that there are people who are affected by suicide listening to what you're saying, and you're also somebody that we're supposed to look up to as a leader. And Jay Walsh said, I'm so sorry for your loss, Mrs. Rossi. And J7 has also had, and I'm sorry, I know that she's not going to care if I say this because I've heard her say it and speak it so many times, but J7 has also been personally affected by suicide, and in a horrible, horrible way. And so that's somebody else that can really relate to, breaks my heart. Yeah. It's very, I'm almost crying right now because of my own experiences with it, but It's, you know, I cannot believe he said her crying was emotional manipulation. Horrible look by Turtleboy. Anyway, so our point wasn't like to attack Turtleboy or anything. We were talking about calling out people for something like a sexual deviant comment. And then you also have shit like everywhere, and things that other people might be so offended by that they would want to call you out on it constantly, but they don't. They don't. And for instance, his on Will's show, his I don't even, you can talk about that. On Will's show, how he just suddenly went, he wanted Will to call somebody up there and said that he would perform a sexual act on that person's mother and have the person up there to watch. Yeah. We have that video too.
More internet satire.
Damn it, Dana, we are interested because I'm serious. I do want to know. Cannot believe her crying was emotional manipulation. It is a horrible look. And it is. It's just bad, bad, bad. Not having any idea who these people are in the chat, just saying this, just taking it for face value and making part of his truth. Yeah, well, I mean, all I know is what we saw. And it's still, I don't care if he said anything or not. It doesn't change his reaction to her when she was telling her story and what his article made her feel like. And then he says her crying is emotional manipulation. Oh my God. My dad succeeded in killing himself because of bully ex-wife. And so here we have a case of a man being bullied by a woman. And we understand that things like that are real. And it's not that we didn't feel compassion for Baker. It's just that. And Mrs. Rossi, it's just beyond horrible. And I feel really bad. Because it affects your whole life. You're 16 years old and that happens.
Yeah. And this story is just a reminder of, topics that are joked about online can actually trigger someone in your audience. You just never know. You just never know.
And Spicy Misty, who is a national treasure. I don't know how would I say? I don't know. Just skilled beyond belief. That's all I have to say. I don't think you should give a fuck what the context is. Like I said, Turtleboy doesn't give a shit about the context of anything Jess does. He just listens to the clips. Oh, I agree 100%. I just want to know for myself. I don't care what about that with him. I have a whole thing about, sharing things that are factual. And so that's why I want to know.
Yeah,
it doesn't change. I agree. And like I said, it doesn't change anything about his reaction to Jess. It was just another example of precisely at Spicy. Yeah. I'm not an emotional chick, but I have 2 daughters and 2 granddaughters, and they're super emo. I get it. I'm not usually emotional. Like, Moons will tell you I'm a cold-hearted bitch, but this has just all made me emotional. I really feel like it's more than just disappointment. It's being under the false illusion that you are in a chat with people that you interact with all the time. And then without any provocation, you don't do anything, but suddenly you're Satan. And it's their job to try and destroy you. And it's applauded by a content creator or 2 or 3 who you previously had a lot of respect for. And so there's all of that surrounded by what we personally witnessed was that nobody wanted to listen to Jess when she was told by the expert to prove that she didn't do it.
Mhm.
And, Turtleboy didn't know that part of the story. And he'll probably never know that part of the story. He's not going to watch that because he doesn't care. And I know that.
Right.
It doesn't change anything that happened. But except to point out that if you're going to go around publicly humiliating people, which I feel like that's what he did with Jess, not today, but when, on his show, then as a reporter, if you want to protect your reputation as a reporter, especially in these days, then you fact check things. You fact check them.
Absolutely. And I can't believe a member of this community, especially him, much less him, wouldn't do that. It's shocking.
I think, again, it was the bros before hos. His bro told him something. He just went with it and didn't think it was going to turn into this. I can tell you that. Not in a million years. Didn't think that. Didn't think he was going to end up on Will's show having to beg Will, please don't leave me.
Right. Exactly.
Yep. And then everything else. In all respect, which I appreciate, how do you guys not see right through her constant lies and the constant spinning of subjects? I'm guessing.
Which lies?
Well, I'm guessing you mean Jess, first of all. I just like to make sure we're talking about the same person. I don't know. And again, I'll say, if you want to email us something to explain it, or, we're all in, but we've personally not seen that. I will say, though, when you watch
the lies she has admitted.
Oh, I mean,
sorry.
Like he said, Turtleboy said today, everybody lies. So I don't even know why lying is important. But I get what you're saying, Ripper. I totally get it. I'm not trying to blow off what you're saying. Yeah. So you personally have seen things that really piss you off. I hear you. So yes. Kat, we really don't care what you think, because actually I guess we do care, because we care enough to know you're wrong. I will say again, here's the thing that I have found. Every time we ask for receipts, we don't get them. And we've asked people who are known by lots of people in this community who come in and say, that's not true. We have blah, blah, blah. And we say, just please show us. We're new here. If we got it wrong, we'll fix it. We really need something that streams 20% accurate, because that's our disclaimer. J7 not mentally ill. True. I think what was said was mental health issues. And I don't know that she wasn't going through something very traumatic at that time, as anyone would who was being accused of all this crazy shit. So I know that I heard mental health issues. And, I will say the only thing I heard Baker do right was, and he was very sincere in what he said, was that I think he was concerned. I honestly do about that. But instead of maybe dealing with it appropriately, and he chose to instead focus all his anger on Jess Machado. And I felt like it was misplaced anger, in my opinion. I also would stack up his live and where he went after her and all the things he said. If you had it documented and he said all of these things and she said one thing, which apparently she didn't say, and see, what I see is it's justified by people that are there and they're like, all I can see is the pitchforks and the torches going through the streets, of believing it because you're told, so therefore you believe it. Turtleboy has no idea the truth, but he's an award-winning journalist. I'll just let that speak for itself. I feel like he's had built up anger towards her and used this broken baker stuff as an excuse to take a swing. I love your name, Hammy Girls. You know, that's a theory. You could be absolutely right. I did get the sense when he was unloading to Will that he'd been thinking about this for a while. First of all, he hates her content. He hates her show. He hates it. He hates it, and it sucks. In case you didn't hear, he hates it. Okay. He doesn't
There's
like
some
the comments.
chats about
He doesn't like the content. You're welcome, Hammy Girls.
Yeah, he doesn't need to watch. If he doesn't like her channel, he doesn't need to watch. But stop making affirmative decisions based on facts you don't know because you don't watch.
Okay, so Ripper, maybe I. Oops, I'm sorry. Did I pass? Let's go back. I'm sorry. Hold on,
No, it's
Ripper.
fine.
I know that Spicy Misty said that. Let's go back to this one. I was still supporting Turtleboy before that stream started. Now I'm good on him. And you know what? That's fine. You do you. And it's also okay if next week you change your mind. Because his story is very compelling. And the people that have been behind him are the type of people that want to see things through. So everybody can change their mind 10 times, and it's okay. I'm getting back to you, Ripper. Pretty sure everyone has mental health issues. Just depends if you've done the work or currently working on them. It definitely changes perspective when you've been through it and come out on the other side. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so true, Heather. And we're all vulnerable to it. Our family members are vulnerable to it. And especially in today's world, it has increased so, exponentially. Yeah, it's something, okay, but you know what? If you're compassionate, and I'm not saying that he's not. I have seen Turtleboy be compassionate, but I felt like today was all about steamrolling and just, confirming what the boys had said. He was there to confirm what they said. And Ripper has a perspective.
And don't you guys think that someone's relationships, like their success in relationships, and when I say relationship, you can have a friendship that is a relationship. That's still a relationship. You can have a spouse, a boyfriend, whatever. I have relationships with my colleagues at work. Like it's all human to human relationship. Don't you feel that someone's ability to sustain a healthy relationship speaks a lot about them as a person? Jess has been married multiple times. I see that. But she has multiple long-term friendships and colleagues that she talks about on the channel often. She talks about her relationship with her ex-husband. It's still healthy in the sense of they're divorced. They still have a child together. She's, in his home. They obviously have a good relationship with each other despite being divorced. I think that speaks volumes of someone. And I can't see that same success on the other side, unfortunately.
Well,
maybe that makes me judgmental. Or
apparently you're allowed to feel any way you want. You can feel this show sucks if you want to, okay? And you can say it about 10 times. You can say that because we're like all no holds barred. We're in Turtles world and we can say whatever we want. And so what I think Ripper is saying, the Broken Baker stuff was simply the breaking point after she has done the same thing time after time after time. I don't know why people think it's about a simple this comment or that comment recently. So that's your personal experience or belief. I don't know what you're talking about. So when you talk in generalities, it's kind of hard. And so once again, I appreciate you saying that, and you are welcome. My God, this gnat is driving me crazy. If you want to share something with us that you think would help us, then, feel free. Oh, yes, I do believe this is true. I think Will has been holding back for a while on Turtleboy. I do too. And just because I don't watch Will's petty doesn't mean that I don't respect Will and think that he does a great show. What he does really well. That's his niche, And
yeah,
he's funny too. I mean, he can be absolutely devastating and he can be funny, very funny, and people love him. So I'm all for that.
When was the Bros Before Hos stream? Was that Tuesday?
I don't know. Did they have? I was just saying that based on my own
I think it was Tuesday.
Kids when I said Bros Before Hos. I wasn't saying it based on a stream.
If you go back to that stream and you watch from the beginning, Will's position was completely flipped. He started out that stream describing what he had done the days prior, which was live stream some of TV's old footage. He explained that he did that as a fuck you to Aidan. And he was describing that he was cutting ties with Aidan. And you immediately saw his chat like, no, don't do this. No, don't do this. And of course, Aidan's in the chat. Give me a link. Like, you didn't give me a chance to explain, blah, blah, blah. And that's what started the whole conversation of, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Jess. And he gives him a link. He comes up on the stream and he immediately, I don't know, I'd call it surrender. He like rolled over like a dog and gave Aidan his belly to rub.
Will?
You were just, yeah.
I didn't see that at all. I didn't see that at all.
Talked about this. Yeah. My perspective and Ocean's is different. I saw something different.
Yeah, which is great. I love when we do.
Yeah. And that's what I love about us is we can talk about this kind of stuff and like not, disagree.
Will was standing his ground. And Turtleboy expected him to roll over, and he didn't. He pushed back. Now, Will had also already done a poll in his chat, and 86 or something percent of the people wanted him to stay with Turtleboy. So I saw. And what I think this comment means, I think Will has been holding back for a while on Turtleboy. This didn't just all happen. Like, he's been thinking about this for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. And I felt like he was prepared. He was prepared, and he pushed back on Turtleboy on a lot. Now, I felt like it took, because remember, when Turtleboy came up there, he said he came up there to stop him from doing this. Now, I don't know if he meant the stream itself or for what one. I could be totally wrong. But what I saw is he kept pushing back. And so we went through, Turtleboy was then forced to go through the text messages and have them read aloud, but why didn't you call me, man? Blah, blah, blah. Well, it turns out that Turtleboy does have regret in the phone call area. And so then Will starts his list of things about Jess, and Turtleboy starts chiming in. Yeah, she does this, or she said this, and it really pisses me off. So he was going, along with him. Originally, I honestly thought I heard him say that his purpose, and like, he didn't want Will to do this thing against Jess. But then once he was up there, I knew Will wasn't going to say, okay, man, we're cool. It's okay. We're fine. When that didn't happen, he then joined in. And it's like, okay, get the audience up here. And that's when we immediately went to, I'll fuck your mother in the ass, which is when my son happened to walk in the room and say, oh my God, that is it with Turtleboy. I cannot believe this. Mm-hmm. My mother is listening too. I'm like, hey, which just showing
this is an interesting perspective by Wendy, or is it Wendy?
His feeling for her.
Will 100% needed to know he's the favorite. He rolled over because daddy was mad. Giant man baby. He wanted Aidan to say, it's her, not you.
Exactly.
That's interesting.
I thought that too.
That's
I
interesting.
kept saying, now we have a new daddy. It's Daddy Will and stepdaddy Aidan. Because for up until the point where then he was like, okay. I felt like he definitely, and I saw lots of comments all over the place to that same effect that, you know, Will did not just roll over, that he made Aidan work for it. And so that's why I'm like, this was two total different approaches. Like Aidan came into Jess's chat prepared, like more prepared. Like, I'm going to say this, and this. And also Will is the one who shit all over Jess first and is convinced that all this stuff happened. And I haven't heard him apologize for anything. And Cajun Butterfly, I am very sorry for your experience. And it is a mental illness is a serious disease. And to anyone who has survived an attempt or has been parent of or friend of or child of anyone who has committed suicide or attempted to commit suicide, you just don't think the same afterwards. I mean, health-wise, if it's you, yes, you're getting better, but everybody around you is affected by it. It's very, very traumatic. And that's why I totally understand why Jess cries when she thinks about it. Totally understand that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your turn to read. No? I wanted to read that one.
Got into TB's head and backed him into the corner. He had to choose them or Jess. He let them manipulate him, in my opinion. Yep. That's what I saw. Because as soon as the three of them were on panel, the attitude, the way that they moved their bodies, the way that they were laughing, it was very much Bros Club.
That is when Bros Before Hos was on steroids at that point. Yeah. And they also, J7 was backstage and they wouldn't let her come up, you know, because we're going to control that bitch. I don't know if they said it or not. That's just my thought of what they were saying.
Will said he had already decided that she wasn't.
Yeah.
You know, going to get a chance to talk. So.
Well, yeah, the boys club started when he just reported whatever was told to him by Baker or somebody else. And he believed it. He wanted Jess to apologize, blah, 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 blah. And honestly, I believe he thought she just would. And I think he believed, I don't know why I have all this feedback. I think he thought she would. And when she didn't, and then when she found out all this other information about the whole police call and everything, he didn't expect any of it, which I go back to investigative reporting. And I do want to read this. Will was a big tragedy pimp before Turtleboy. It's in a refined form now. He was extremely hateful. And I do know that. Okay, so
that's tragedy pimp.
We have to read people's comments, even if we don't know. So Will was part of another YouTube community. And tragedy pimp, pushing stories, I think. And Staffy's mom, I don't exactly know what community, but I've heard this from several people. But whatever it was, now I don't know this to be fact. This is just what I was told, that those creators basically pushed him out of the community because of his behavior. Now, I don't know all the facts, so our emails are open. Just because I'm curious. I just am, because if it's not true, again, I just want to be educated on it's not true. So he's had experience on the YouTube streets, and he's successful at it. But yeah, I don't know what exactly this means, but I just know crama equals crime drama. Is that what it is? Because I saw that before.
I've heard that multiple times. Yeah.
I found a pen, by the way.
He started in the Sophie Long community. Yeah, I keep reading comments like, this is not Will's first rodeo.
It's not. It's totally not.
Like when it comes to this kind of stuff.
God. Do we have birthday balloons happening?
Oh, was that me?
Yeah. Is it your birthday?
No. I think
God.
I have reactions on. Like if you go like this.
Oh. Right.
No. Huh, I don't know. I don't know where those came from.
Well, I'm like, what is happening? I'm seeing balloons. He started in the Sophie Long community. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So I don't know what that means. Oh, you're correct about this. Aidan didn't expect Jess to be so strong. Now, I don't know about you, but if I was expecting someone who until recently I had been friends with come up, I would not expect the badgering and the assignment of like, I am fake and what my emotions right now are a ploy and I'm using them to manipulate people. It was really, the word I kept seeing over and over again in the chat was cruel, that his behavior was cruel, that they were seeing a side of him that they hadn't seen before. And I can't tell you how many times I saw people say, I'm going to unsubscribe right now. Which again, feel free and you don't have to. And, and then again, you might be back tomorrow because being interested in his case. Sorry. Scott, such a good answer or comment.
Justin pull a Will. Ha ha ha. I'm telling you, man, there have been multiple times this week where I have been expecting her to just walk away.
Yeah,
and
well,
she doesn't. She
is a boss bitch.
She is.
She owns these streets. Didn't you know that Turtleboy is the reason for everyone's success? Well, I had heard that before, but I really heard it today, right from the horse's mouth. He is the reason for Jess's success. And okay. All right. I know that she gave an explanation, but I again think that's what you're going to come in here with? That? And then you're losing
by that somebody is here in this community because they're from Bristol County. They found her through the radio. So again, another example of someone who didn't come here through Karen Reed, isn't loyal.
Next, you're going to hear people say, prove that he didn't start, give you all the success you have. Fuck off.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Fuck off. Nobody here said that. I'm just saying that seems to be a chant heard around the world. So many funny comments. Anyway, so what is interesting about this is it was right after this that he said to her, you're losing viewers. I'm concerned about that. And she said something on the stream about him looking at her YouTube stuff, like behind the curtain. I don't know exactly what that was because I want to listen for that again. And she said, no, I'm not losing. She said, I'm down subscribers, but I'm not down views.
Right.
And views are just
They're
important.
going up.
Yeah. And then he said, no, subscribers are more important. And then immediately said, I don't remember what happened in between, but then he said, fuck the subscribers, fuck those people, talking about his own followers. And that's when I was like, oh my God.
Yep. Oh, this is a good comment. Oh, this is a good comment. You have very good observation skills.
You need to read aloud, ma'am. I don't want to like.
Is it VVND? It's Windy. It looks like Windy, but it's 2 V's. We should send her flowers for keeping all of this shit she knows in the vault. He has no sense of self-preservation. I'd have spewed it all out when he pissed me off. There were multiple times this morning when they were having their conversation where she was like, you don't want to go there. You don't want to go there, Aidan. Like, don't push me there. Don't push me there. That makes me think there's more. And she wasn't going to stoop to his level and just spew everything she knows for his legal case, for his reputation, you know, all the things that she's been enduring these past couple of weeks. Are we at 3 weeks now? With the slander, the defamation, like she's not going to go there.
Yeah. Well, first of all,
I heard.
I just feel like he, I never really got that sense right there, you know, like something, but I thought he said something about threatening him. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure. Somebody said threaten or else I'm hallucinating.
Right.
But,
that's what she was talking about. And he was like, are you threatening me?
Are you threatening me? I mean, why would you say that unless there was something? That's the part that I took away from it. But Jess, you know, I don't feel like she thought, I don't even know. I'm not sure. So I'm going to stop right there, but I don't know. Oh yeah. So there were so many good comments. I got to go back a little bit. Me and Moons have been agonizing together over this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this one. Same with the Karen recording. He knows he's recording, so he stays calm while she freaks out. Oh, Karen. Right. You know, my take on that whole recording thing is much to do about nothing. Because there's no way in hell, the only way that would have been used is if Karen had brought charges on him. That wasn't happening. That was never happening, which is why I was like, why is this a thing? He showed himself to Karen and she took action afterwards and has maintained her action, which is, or maybe she did it before, I don't remember. But, you know, to me, it was never like, nothing was going to happen to him because of it. Although he did react like through a whole, talk about lies, talk about deception, talk about whatever. Your turn.
Noodle Mama, you know what makes me very sad is who we thought were besties totally turned on Jess, and any one of us that support Turtleboy and Jess, apparently you can't support both or your name will get drug.
Right. We've talked about this for days, Noodle Mama. That but then today, see, I cared before because I thought Turtleboy would want these people to stay in his, you know, the people that he thinks are so stupid and he hates and are annoying, which are all bunnies, and they need to be on a leash. I thought when he realized that these people are turtles, okay? They're turtle riders, dude, the people that you're trashing. And then today I heard he doesn't give a fuck. So I'm like, okay, well then who cares? Not me.
Yeah, so we were talking about the loss of subs. She's lost 1.3 thousand subs. And I just see it as a shedding. You know, those people that fence ride or the people that get easily offended by what she says, her decisions. Yeah, I mean,
Silly Aidan, just
It's
goes to show
natural.
you.
It's natural.
You don't know Jess Machado. Yeah. I
think
watch.
she's moving forward with a more quality following.
Excuse me? I don't know. I don't think she has a quality following, and that whatever she's changing to, I think most people will still follow her, right? Or do you mean the people that left?
Right. I mean, like when you look at her entire following, right? She has, I don't know, 50, 60 on 2 platforms. If she lost 1.3, we may have been like a 4-star quality following because some of us were fence riders. Some of us liked to be here, but we didn't really like her 100%.
Yeah.
And now we've shed, hopefully, those people who were on the fence. They've decided what side of the fence to sit on. And now we're going to move forward probably as, I don't know, like a 4.8 star quality.
Well, I mean, I thought her quality was 5.0. You know, like I love her show. Well, no matter what she does,
No,
because
I mean us, like our rating.
Her audience. You mean the chat? I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know because I get again. I'm just looking at it differently. Like I'm not rating the people that follow. I mean, people leave for different reasons. Okay, so in this case, we can guess that they left because they thought she was a liar about the whole bacon, whatever his name is, broken baker shit, or they thought how inappropriate for her to say those words, whatever their reason, or they only subscribed because they wanted to see what was going on, and now they're like, oh, she's going to be roasted, so I don't need to be in here anymore and watch, because there's a lot of hate watching. But yeah, so the people hopefully that will come and replace them, because we know they will, are there for her and for whatever new thing that she's doing, and or they're coming because now they've seen the light. Accidentally, I think the Turtleboy revealed light on many things today. This shouldn't be lost. Aidan hates reading the papers, even his own on live streams. He always says, go watch Melanie Little. Exactly. And so when Jess said that she wasn't comfortable doing that, but she would go and do the things that Will didn't do, which was tweet live, I don't think he was expecting that answer, because it was a very good answer. And what he wants is for people to go through his episodes and do an analysis of them. Now, personally, I'm not sure why the legal team isn't taking care of that, because do you think I would count on for 1 second the public doing that? Fuck no.
That's my question.
No. I've also seen,
if I'm hiring a legal team, why do I have to rely on myself to make that analysis?
I will say that even if you have a legal team, many times, and it's not because they're not good attorneys, because they can miss something. They can have somebody working for them who misses something or whatever, I can understand that. But to hear him say the amount of stuff that he had to go through, and like that takes years to do, that was shocking to me. Also, to just cut the public loose, because I've managed multi-million-dollar projects with data, and you start with a system of organization and a way to collect the data and training on what to look for, and then you have a way to code it. You have a way to do all this. When you're talking about every show he's ever had and whatever else is involved there, I have watched, just because I was curious, some streams where their creators are trying, the best they could to explain like what they were going to do and how to do it. And I just thought, dear God, he can't really be depending on people to do this. He just can't be.
Well, he did give a date range, and I think it was like a couple of years. So it wasn't every episode. But I've done a little bit of work in AI automations, and he needs somebody to build him an automation.
Well, I even know where there is an automation, but I don't know if he knows that. It's already ready. I'm not sure if he's aware.
AI should be able to read the transcript and at least pull areas where they feel like the lack of intent or the intent. I'm not even sure.
Show me you didn't do it. Show me you didn't do it. Show me your lack of intent. Again, that's open to interpretation. Like what you
I don't know
intent,
how
I might not think is intent. The other side doesn't think is intent.
lack of intent.
I mean, I didn't read that. I thought they were supposed to look for intent, like where do you see intentional behavior? But if it's lack of intent, that's even more obscure. It's like,
right.
Prove to me you didn't do it. But it's also the managing all the data and having it in any kind of organizational way that it could even be used.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying.
I don't
think
have to worry about that anymore. Before, I was very interested in becoming involved in it, but now I'm like, you can go to the beach now because fuck all the followers. All right, I'm going to take you at your word. Yeah, so that's an important point about he hates reading the papers, but he wanted Jess to do it. I go back to he's panicked, counts on Jess, and he wanted to make sure that she was going to be involved because he feels like that would be quality, or at least she would have his back and help him like spread the word or whatever. That's how I took it. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well,
here's all Turtleboy would need to do. Open Google Notebook LM, add all the YouTube videos as sources, and give it the instructions on what to look for. This is easy. Yeah.
Yep. In our age with AI, I think it would at least help him organize. It would at least help him pull areas where there's questionable, and then a human could actually review those areas. But but it's also a good idea to live stream it and play the video and have the live chat sort of participate and say that could be intent or lack of intent, which I think is what people are doing, right? I don't know.
I have no idea. I've lost interest. Well, I just was dumbfounded at the approach, like throw it on the wall and see what happens. Like,
I know. Yeah. All right. Well, I have a hard stop at 6 p.m. Eastern. So in closing, Ocean,
I have a question. Are we going to listen to the interview later, or you can't, or?
It's up to you. Do you want to stay on? I just need to go. You can stay on and listen to it.
We could come back. I mean.
Yeah, we could.
Come back.
I mean, if you're just going to listen to it, I don't need to be here.
We love a hard stop. That's what she said.
You can go chat in the chat with everybody.
Do you have it? Like, I don't have it like handy. Do you have it? Like, but then I won't be able to stop it, right? Unless you put it on here and then I put it up. Or I could just go to YouTube and get it, right? I don't know what I'm thinking. Pardon me.
Yeah, just go to YouTube.
Brain dead.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
it's her.
Just. Oh, I know. While I'm doing that, can you play the song? The song?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which one? The Risky?
Yeah, The Risky. In case you weren't here last night, this was our group collaboration.
Ocean and moons on the mic. Drop the leashes. Let's go. Go, 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 go. Ocean. Yeah. Let's go. The stream is going viral. The drama's in the spiral. We're watching the screen to see what it takes. We are the bunnies. We ain't no fakes. You're typing in caps, you're looking for fame. You're trying to play a ridiculous game, but we got the proof and we know your name. And Jess's chat, you stay in your lane. It's risky to run the chat, to run the chat where the bunny's at. It's risky. How is it? It's risky. 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 It's risky to drop the T for all to see. It's risky. How is it? It's risky. 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 The haters gonna hate, but we're holding the floor. The trolls get mad, but we're bringing more. We got the receipts, we're ready to show. We drop the leashes and go, go, go. You think you're tough behind the screen, the wildest stuff that we've ever seen. But our chat is better, we got balls of steel. We call out the lies and we keep it real. It's risky to run the chat, to run the chat where the bunny's at. It's risky. How is it? It's risky. 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 It's risky to drop the T for all to see. It's risky. How is it? It's risky. 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 Now listen up close to the rule of the map. When in her chat, don't give her no crap or the slightest thing, and she just might snap.
She's got bad bunnies, and they ain't going away. She's got bad bunnies, and they're here to stay.
To run the chat where the bunny's at. It's risky. How is it? It's risky. 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 It's risky to drop the T for all to see. It's risky. How is it? It's risky. 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 Our chat is better than yours. Stay in your lane.
You got what you need.
I was just trying to get so
It looks like J7 and Kane are going to go over the conversation with Aidan if you didn't want to stay.
yeah, she's gonna do it at 9, but I mean, because some people probably won't be able to do it at 9. Maybe we could do a poll real quick. I know you got to go. So J7 is going to do the interview at 9. Would you like to? We can't send them over unless it's live right now, right? So
I mean, I think we can, but they just chill out in the chat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I have no idea.
We don't do that. So we just do like put a 1 in the chat if you want to watch it now, or
Sure.
so. Oh, we have a new member.
Thank you, Madam.
Welcome. So put a 1 in the chat if you want to watch it now, or put a 2 in the chat if you're good watching it at 9 o'clock, and go over there and watch it on J7's channel, because Kane is lit up and he is got a lot to say about it. Anybody? When I lived close to the ocean, I would just go sit in my car and watch the moon on the ocean and listen to the waves when I was having a bad day. Ocean and moons. I love that. I gotta get you guys to the ocean because I live very close to the ocean. 3 p.m. here and 106 degrees, and my air conditioner is still taking a shit. Oh my God, Becky. I can't. Don't trust. Okay, Shannon has put a 3 in the chat. We got a 1 1 1 1.
Troublemaker.
Okay. What we doing? I say
I gotta run.
I say let's just play us out of here because it doesn't look like very many people want to watch it right now. Okay. And we can put J7's. Do we have her put? I could put it in the description of the video of our stream and also post it on X. So
yeah, that's fine.
9 o'clock with J7. If you want some real entertainment because Kane is fired up, I'll be in the chat. I only have 20% accuracy. Kane will tell you it's 5% by now.
How do we go up? Can we go up to like 25%?
No, I don't want to. We are 20%. I like it. Okay. We've been assigned our value, and now we only have to be 20% accurate. I am loving it. Every minute of it. And plus, we're getting merch.
Yeah. Thank you so much for modding today. Cajun, thank you for modding. Anybody else that was here.
Thank you. We love you guys. Appreciate you.
Yes. Thank you for all your support, your super chats, replay crew, all your comments. Thank you.
Thank you, replay. And replay crew at 9 o'clock. Well, I couldn't pin a comment in the chat the other day. I'll try and figure that out. They replay crew chat to like let them know it'll be live. But we do the best we can. It's fine. We do the best we can. I'm concerned that you need to go.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. I hate goodbyes. I don't have an outro video set, so it's just gonna end.
All right. Sorry for your luck.
Good night.